following takes place between 8 a.m. and 8:15 a.m. on the east shore of Patmos Island Correctional Facility, Patmos, Greece. Events occur in real time. I, Yahchanan, being one of Yahshua's 12 apostles and author of the gospel bearing my name, preach the word of Yahweh and the testimony of Yahshua Messiah, and to all things that I saw. Blessed are all who watch, and all who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which you are about to learn. I was incarcerated on the island of Patmos after refusing to stay silent about the word of Yahweh and the testimony of Yahshua Messiah. I was in the Spirit on the day of Yahweh, that great day, and I heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet saying,
I am Aleph and Tau. What you see, write on a scroll, and send it to the 7 congregations, to the congregations of Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea.
I turned to see the voice that spoke with me. And having turned, I saw a golden 7-lamp lampstand. In the midst of the 7-lamp lampstands stood one like the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the feet, with a girdle of gold about his chest. The hair of his head was white like wool, white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. His feet glowed like bronze which had been fired in a furnace, and his voice sounded like many waters. In his right hand he had 7 stars. Out of his mouth went a sharp, 2-edged sword, and his face was like the sun shining in its strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead. But he laid his right hand upon me, saying to me,
Don't be afraid, I am the first and the last. I am he who lives, but was dead. And, behold, I am alive forevermore. Hallelujah Yahweh. And I have the keys of death and Sheol. Write the things which you have seen, and the things which are, and the things which will take place after this. The secret of the 7 stars which you saw in my right hand, and the golden 7-lamp lampstand is this. The 7 stars are the Malachim of the 7 congregations, and the 7-lamp lampstand which you saw are the 7 congregations. To the Malach of the congregation of Ephesus, write, These things say he who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks in the midst of the golden 7-lamp lampstand. I know your works, and your labor, and your patience, and how you cannot bear those who are evil, and you have tried those who say they are apostles, but are not, and have found them liars, and have borne, and have patience, and for my name's sake have labored, and have not fainted. Nevertheless, I have some things against you, because you have left your first love. Remember from where you have fallen, and repent, and do the first works. If not, I will come to you quickly, and will remove your lamp out of its place, unless you repent. But this you have, that you hate the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To him who overcomes I will give to eat from the tree of life, which is in the midst of the garden of Yahweh. To the Malach of the congregation in Smyrna, write, These things say the first and the last, who was dead, and was restored to life. I know your works, tribulation, and poverty. And I know how you are slandered by those who say they are Yahweh, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things which you will suffer. Behold, the adversary will cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. And you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you a crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. He who overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. To the Malach of the congregation in Pergamos write, These things say he who has the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know your works, and where you dwell, where Satan's seat is. You hold fast my name, and have not denied my faith, even in those days in which Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you. But I have a few things against you, because you have at Pergamos those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to the Elohim, and to commit fornication. You also have those who hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which I hate. Repent. If not, I will come to you quickly, and will dispatch with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To him who overcomes I will give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone as a sentence of acquittal, and in the stone a restored name, Yahweh written, which no one will know except he who understands. To the Malach of the congregation in Thyatira write, These things say the Son of Yahweh, who has his eyes like a flame of fire, and his feet like fine bronze. I know your works, love, service, faith, and your patience, and your last works to be more of the first. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you permit that woman, Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, and to eat things sacrificed to the Elohim. I gave her time to repent of her fornication, but she did not repent. I will cast her into a bed, and those who commit adultery with her will be cast into great tribulation unless they repent of their practices. Her children will be killed, and all the believers will know that I am he who searches the minds and hearts. I will give to every one of you according to your works. But to you I say, and to the remainder in Thyatira, to them who do not hold this doctrine, and who have not known the depths of Satan as they speak, I will put upon you no other burden except to hold fast what you have until I come. He who overcomes, and keeps my works until the end, to him I will give power over the nations. And you will rule them with a rod of iron, as the potter's vessels will be broken to pieces. As I have received from my Father I will give to him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To the Malach of the congregation in Sardis, write, these things say he who has the 7 spirits of Yahweh and the 7 stars. I know your works, that you have a name, that you are alive, but you are dead. Be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die, for I have not found your works perfect before Yahweh. Remember how you have received and heard, and hold fast and repent. For if you will not watch, I will come on you as a thief in the night, and you will not know what hour I will come upon you. Even in Sardis there are believers who have not defiled their garments, and they will walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He who overcomes, the same will be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name from the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his Malachim. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To the Malach of the congregation in Philadelphia write, these things say he who is holy, he who is true, he who has the key of David, he who opens and no man shuts, and shuts and no man opens. I know your works. I have set before you an open door, and no man can shut it, for you have a little strength, and have kept my word, and have not denied my name. I give out of those who are hypocrites and attempt to deceive by falsehood. I will appoint them for the purpose of worshiping in the presence of your footstool. And they will understand that I loved you because you have kept the word of my patience. I also will keep you from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world, to test those who dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast that which you have, that no man takes your crown. He who overcomes, I will make a pillar in my Father's kingdom, and he will never be cast out of it. I will write upon him the name of my Father, and the name of the new Jerusalem which comes down out of heaven from my Father, newly named. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To the Malach of the congregation of Laodicea, write, these things say the faithful and true one, the one testifying of the faith and the truth, the first perfected of Yahweh's creation. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. Oh, that you are either cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I am about to spew you out of my mouth, because you say, I am rich, and increased with possessions, and have need of nothing, and do not know that you are wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. I counsel you to buy gold tried in the fire from me, that you might be rich, and white raiment that you might be clothed, so that the shame of your nakedness does not appear, and anoint your eyes with eye salve that you might see. As many as I love, I prove and chasten. Be zealous therefore, and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice, and opens the door, I will come in to join him, and will eat with him, and he with me. To him who overcomes I will grant to sit with me on my throne, as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says.
After this I saw a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was of a talking trumpet which said,
Come up here, and I will show you things which must come to pass.
And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, I was teleported to the throne set in heaven. Next time on the Revelation. Out of the throne proceeded lightnings, thundering, and voices, and there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which signify and represent the complete plan of Yahweh. Before the throne there was a sea of glass, like crystal. In the midst of the throne and surrounding the throne were 4 living creatures full of eyes before and behind. I saw the 7 Malachim who stood before Yahweh, and to each of them were given a trumpet.
Support the Century channel by clicking the like button, subscribing or following, and directly through Patreon with the link listed in the description below.